Welcome, 22nd of June, Sunday, Dumpu. Finally, we have our dump, but we are preparing for a week or two or even longer for that. Yes, there is some shenanigans going on in the world. I don't give a shit about it. Let's be straight about that. I don't care about any kind of news and thinking that the news is driving the market or whatever. I don't give anything about that. Why? Just because for me, news is on top exclamation of push in any kind of direction. It doesn't make the market go in one or another way. It just helps to continue. That's all. We cannot predict the future. So either way, you're gonna trade the news. You are gonna be too late to catch any kind of move on that side. So let's be straight about that. I don't give a shit about it, and I will never cover that in any kind of charts that happen just because of that news. It just extra push on top of that escalations. Anyhow, let's have a look what the next week's gonna bring us in pedo, I guess, and I hope technically because I'm looking at some things that we might be positive for the next week to see happening on the charts. So far, I mentioned on Friday, watch out for the volatility. And what did you get? Either both ways, you got it. So I hope you guys caught some shorts, took some profits, and you are happy in money right now. Anyhow, let's have a look on the long short. Not much change about that yet, just because of the weekend is going on, I guess. There's going to be quite a lot updating on Monday. That's going to be volatile as well. Watch out for it. Just because last week we have 1 day off from trading on the stock market. It's been closed. So we will have some things to go over for the next week. So far, we are technically still middling on long and short. Don't see any kind of bigger pushes. We are not even going heavily on one or another side. Traders of ratios as well, kind of middling, but we are facing to go higher. So we might see anything changing majorly on from tomorrow and eventually today close because it's a weekly close as well. So keep that in mind. So far, yeah. If the short's gonna take over, then we're gonna have some bigger bounce on it. If we're gonna continue in middling on long and shorts ratio, then we're just gonna grind the downside or see when you're gonna find any support. All right. So that's on the long and short. It's not gonna be much to say about it. So far, we took kind of most of the liquidity what we've been preparing for weeks below us on the lower time frame. We still have some things to go and to take below. I'm thinking more that it's gonna be a wick into it and come back close and then carry on higher for the major liquidity above us to grab that as a last hooray or last leg what we can prepare ourselves. That's what I'm aiming for because I don't think we got a little bit done already with the market. There is still things to do and still things to grab. So far in mid of time frame, we did grab the biggest liquidity already. We grinding still lower. It is just a little bit below us, not much. And on the high time frame, it's gonna be a little bit more of liquidity, I guess, to grab. Yeah, we are grinding literally in that pocket. So let's see how deep we're gonna go. There is not much to left. And now, if we're gonna start go to this sideways a little bit, grind up and start to get and regain any structure, then potentially we might have the one more leg up and grab anything between 110 115 ish area. And that liquidity, I'm suggesting that that one's going to be a bigger push and will bring us a little bit to 85 and even below that. But let's see how that's going to play out eventually. So far, we are still grinding to the downside. We are not down with the movement. There is much more to go by. Now, the fun part, the bits. It was above us. This was the whole wall what pushed us to the downside, right? We didn't even reach secondary to it. We just failed that, and they are still there. They moved a little bit. They decreased a little bit on the bits, but they still there. So that's to keep in mind. If you're gonna come back into it, there is gonna be a fighting about that area if you're gonna regain or not. So far, as we see, whale starts to buy. That doesn't say nothing. I don't care about that much. I just want to see if there is any potential that someone is buying or interesting into it. Why? we are below 100K. So Bitcoin is at 99. It's cheap as Bitcoin right now for them. So that doesn't say much about it yet, but we have some support below us building up. I've been mentioning that in the stream in the Discord as well. There are quite a lot of bits literally on top of each other. That says as well to me, if we're gonna grind into it or we're gonna come close to it, we will have a wick. We come back, and that's pressure from all of those bits will bring us higher. So far, yes, we are turning around a little bit because there's some more bits around that area laying down heavily, and they are spread. So far 99 is the line in the sand. If you're gonna come close to it and they start to pull that wall, that's important. If really they're gonna pull it, we're not even gonna touch it, then definitely 9.6 or 9.5 is on the table, right? So far 99, let's say 97.9 is holding us. Okay, please keep that in mind. Any change to that wall, that's going to be significant for going lower, right? So far that wall is going to stay here, and we're going to come close to it. They're not going to move anything. They're going to fight us. Then the bulls are taken over, right? Keep that in mind. That's really, really interesting to see with how that's going to behave. So far, that will hold us. Now, let's have a look on the charts. I'm sorry that you don't see it straight. I was a little bit fucking around with the interface of my computer. Anyhow, VIX. I'm suggesting that VIX, if that's going to start opening up tomorrow, that's going to be around 24. With that volatility what we just had, it wasn't major yet. It wasn't the biggest one what we had, but still it was significant to bring us to 99K. Don't forget that. So please keep that in mind. I just want to see on the second screen a little bit more on, yes, price action. Good. Okay, cool. Keep that in mind. If you're gonna see above 24 from tomorrow and we're gonna start to go higher on VIX, that means that the market will tank a little bit more. There are some potentials to do that. There are some lines to get us lower, but we can still recover a lot from it, right? It's all gonna depending from the next week how we're gonna play it off. Technically, you really want it below 90% or 90 level-ish, however you want to call it. So far, I'm really thinking we're gonna open up around 24-ish. Let's see how that's gonna play out from tomorrow. Then, of course, we had our lovely buy signal. Well, we counter traded. That was the most easiest and most accurate and most perfect signal to counter trade for a short. If someone got it, of course, I had that one as well. Zeus had it, and a couple people that I know as well. It's already 7% to the downside, like the greatest short ever and the easiest. That you could do it blindly. Anyhow, the sell signal didn't matter much. We was holding the daily and then we failed that quite significant. So far we're aiming for the December. And those bits, what we was talking on 98-ish level, they are stuck a little bit here. If you're gonna go lower, right? So for example, if we're really gonna go fight them, we're gonna go lower. That's gonna be a wick, come back, close the wick somewhere over here, and you have a continuation. So we're gonna have the V bottom area, right? So that's gonna be all depending what we're gonna do it. Next stop, definitely the December level. We quite a while that's what we've been there, and we have quite a significant support between the December and May level. So that for sure will hold us for a while, right? Now that's the interesting part. From yesterday already, we could see from yesterday we could see that the bulls took it over a little bit, and the pressure been quite decreasing quickly, and the bears took the whole move to the downside. Now there is not much of liquidity on leverage left. Only 10 and 20 axis in between. We have some little bit of the dead zone in between, so that's why we stopped it kind of ish area. And yeah, let's see if that's gonna hold us for coming up to retest the daily, fill up the wick or the whole candle, and then maybe we're gonna have a continuation, right? So all of the oscillators are really cooled off already. So there is literally already like a significant sign that we might see a bounce. How high, how long, that we will see if we start to break structure on that one. I will cover that later. So far, we are all in stable coins, or the market is in stable coins, right? That's significant. Alts are a little bit higher. That's quite surprisingly, actually, because I really thought they tanked a little bit harder. So far, eventually you see that's not the big a deal yet. Large caps a little bit lower, and shitcoins are dead. That's why they are shitcoins as well. But anyhow, so let's see if we're gonna take over the leftovers of liquidity, leverage liquidity over here. It's not much, it's not major. We can leave it and we can carry on to the upside and grab the biggest one, right? The bigger money point. Volume wise, I mean, it's quite in the red. We are literally took all of the volume, and the bearish volume, it's literally in control. We are below the point of control as well. Let's see if that's gonna move to the lower. If we're gonna start to go lower to the previous 4-hour-ish, I guess it was around 94.4. I don't remember the previous point of control, but it should be somewhere over here. Let's see if we're gonna reach that. If not, then we're gonna continue and try to regain the structure to go higher and then have a bigger failure. Then ecosystem, like you can see, everything tanked, like obviously, right? Every single thing tanked. There is not much positivity in that, you see. But if you want to grab something cheap, now is your chance, right? If you want to go by and see if there is anything on the communities as well, how that looks like, then that's the chance to go and see if there is anything for cheaper to take. Like, I'm literally like surprised that gold is not even going that higher right now. But anyhow, equities, that's interesting as well. I was looking at this yesterday. Let it load. If you want to have a cheap ass McChicken, then now is your chance to grab it. Leftovers, still Game Shop, Nasdaq, of course. So that's interesting. And yeah, Arrow is quite high, surprisingly as well. I wasn't that thinking that Arrow is gonna be quite high. Of course, the ones that tanking right now, they are involved as well a little bit around the shenanigans. I'm not gonna say the word. I'm gonna say the shenanigans in the world. Anyhow, that's one. Let's go back to the original settings. No, that's not that one. That was this one. Now, USDT went a little bit lower. That's great. I like that, to see that it's going lower. I saw that they've been minting like billions already, or whatever, how much it was, millions, something like that. It's normally normalized already. It's nothing like major that's happening in the market when they're gonna mint. USDC as well went a little bit higher, so that's a signal that the market is going down as hell. Dixie as well, so obviously, right? Hype and Bitcoin are still highest of the whole rank, so I'm happy with that. Firecoin as well, keeping quite nice, stable. Doge had a hit, of course. But now is the chance to look for any bounce, any structure, any regains on a lower time frame, and see if we can hold it. Because now you can have every single thing for cheap, technically, right? So keep that in mind. Now, the only one who regained the high is the dominance, of course. Obviously, we had a regain, and let's see if we're even gonna reach the 73. I don't think that's gonna be in one go. We're gonna struggle, like grind this hell of it again. So technically, where we are right now is the second row, definitely, right? Now, what do you want to see? The most optional and the most best position what you want to have right now is the dominance decrease. Bitcoin pick it up, and alts going even better or faster, right? So that's what you want. Either way, Bitcoin dominance gonna go higher with Bitcoin. Still fine if that's gonna go first all the way. That's still fine. You don't want to have this only to continue and the rest will tank, right? So any failure right now will be quite good to see on it. If not, continue it is. Like, I cannot say anything about it. We will continue. I've been mentioned that already on the stream lately last time, that we might regain that high. There is no even talk about that we're gonna have a bigger pumps or a bigger retracement on it. But so far, this is it, right? Now that's going to be interesting just because we have CME gap forming, and that's a quite significant one. I'm not sure, I didn't check it, if that's going to be one of the biggest one. If and only if we're going to close anything around the 90 or 100k Bitcoin, and that's going to be 4.6% of CME gap that can form. If you're going to retrace all of the back, that's fine. But now, so far, how it looks like, we are a little bit lower. So we have a quite big CME gap above us. On top of that, the 4-hour candle, what went straight from, I guess, from 1034 till 99-ish area, that's went in one go, and that's as well a fair value gap on top of that. So both gaps at the same time, that's kind of heavy to regain potentially, hopefully, and let's see how that's going to play out. So that's going to be interesting to watch today on the open. Of course, the M7 as well, some of them tanked. Apple surprisingly went a little bit higher, 2.2%, so happy on them. AMD as well, they're doing quite good and well. I like that to see. Tesla is quite positive as well in the lately in the market, so that's good. The rest, shit as always. Dixie, I'm not even gonna bother about that. We don't need that now. Of course, market tanked, so even the total tree went definitely lower. Now you want to hold that, regain you yearly, and then you have a continuation. If you want to have a bigger push to the upside for the alts, either Bitcoin, large caps, or whatever of the whole market, right? Of course, PEX is still going just because everything's tanking. Gold will always go higher. And that's one of the few ones that you should trade against the market. So if we're going to tank either way with Bitcoin and alts, then that means PEX will straight go higher. Like my bot caught it as well, the long. I'm as well manually in the long, so that's happy days on that one. And if we even going to come close to 3.59, I'm not going to be surprised about that. Right? That should be, we should fill the wick and close above it and then retrace, something like this. So I will be happy about that, but that means that the market will go a little bit lower, of course, if the gold start to pick it up and go higher on that. So that's interesting, of course. I mean, this is obvious, right? As well, dominance on that one as well. Either way on that one, so that's not much to say about it, right? And so far, yeah, we have a quite big. What is that? Oh, really? Now look at that. Great, great stuff. Great stuff. I hope it caught you long. I'm not sure which time frame you are, but yeah, that's good. People should have more peg spot or trade that manually. I did manually. Great, great stuff. Great stuff. That's what we want. Peg spots. Yeah, those will make you money either way. So great stuff. Yeah. Besides that, I'm gonna switch over to Bitcoin first, and then I'm gonna take over on hype. So let's start. First thing first, most important, monthly. We have one-ish week for the monthly close. Yes, a lot can change. So far, that's going to be the first bearish close after the 2 months, what we had straight up. Keep that in mind. Nothing major yet. Yes, I know there is a potential to go lower, but on the monthly, that plays time as well. And takes time to play out either way, right? So keep that in mind. Weekly wise, it's a little bit different. Weekly, we just seriously nuke the whole shit from the whole structure what we added, right? I've been mentioning that as well, Stu as well. Previous to weekly, been shitty close. We just grabbed the liquidity both ways, and that one was decided which way we're gonna go. And obviously, we knew which way we're gonna go because there was no point even to go higher with that pressure from the top of it. So far, weekly looks rough, and yes, we will go lower on that one, but either way, you can do this and then this. Why? Because we need to fill the fair value gap what we just created. We need to retest. So any open of weekly, come up higher or even higher, and then you can have a nuke again, right? That will be really good to see. Same over here. Every single time what we did with weekly close, really bearish, right? We came up, retested, we went lower. Every single week been retested, right? Either way, it took longer for it to do it. All of it been retested. So weekly, not too much to worry about it. Yes, it's shitty close, but eventually it is what it is. Then daily wise, it looks a little bit more interesting, and that's why I'm thinking that weekly might go a little bit higher to retesting, just because daily it's cooled off quite a significant percentage, right? We went literally from 77% or even higher, 80% on the oscillator to literally right now to minus 42. So yes, there is still potential to go lower. That's why I'm saying if we're gonna see any movement lower, then that's gonna be and that's what's gonna happen on it. And then we might see one more leg as in something like this, right? Or even higher to wick every single short out of it, come back, close below, and then you have the biggest failure ever, right? But so far, let's see how that's gonna turn around. If tomorrow, after tomorrow, in 2 days, we're gonna start to open up and this gonna start to curl over, then that is your sign of it. That's why I'm seeing a little bit more positive in it, and I'm aiming to go. I was aiming for 101, 102, of course. That didn't happen. Yes, we had a small stop. I had a small long over here with 1 TP only. Fine, I don't care about it. I played it how it is, but we carry on going lower. Now, this is our support, of course, right? Obviously, we've been there. We created support on it. Now we're gonna come close to it. December retest of that. Come a little bit lower, maybe to May. And technically the high of that previous support I'm aiming for, just because there are bits of Bitcoin around it, what I was mentioning, that heavy wall around that area. If we're gonna have a stop on it and do some sideways movement, that this is what I'm looking at it. Wick to the December, come back, close it, grind a little bit to the downside, and then go a little bit higher on Feb. Yeah, might be. Let's see. So yeah, that's a little bit on the daily. Now 4 hour, what I want to mention as well, 4 hours as well, like cooled off quite heavily on that one. Even the strength RSI went lower. Now that's what I was mentioning, the 4 hour, the fair value gap. We start to climb it a little bit higher and go higher on that one, just to try to close the gap in between of the fair value gap. If we're gonna do that, then we might even reclaim the daily. If that happened, we go higher. If not, that's gonna be the failure. Then that's the short from the daily of the February again, right to the December. But going lower right now and closing anything below that, then there is a continuation. If we start to close now the 4 hour or in 2.5 hours, whatever, and we start to decrease on the bots, we might see a turnaround, right? It can, just because we grabbed most of the liquidity and now we're gonna grind one more leg down, and then there it is. Technically, what you are watching on the whole movement, if you are using stupid Vips, then this is the whole move right now, right? From the previous high to the now locally low, and that's your failure, the whole bigger move failure. We still can go higher, right? Because this is even the resistance, and even this is the resistance, right? We still can go higher. It's all on the table. But so far we are facing to go lower. Let's see if we're gonna regain anything. Like I was mentioning, regain the daily. That's the most important, because that was the significant failure of that. If not, then February on top of that, and then start to hold that, right? Holding that in December, grinding to the downside, and then we might go have a pop. That's fine. Failing the December, if we start to really go and close anything below, we start to kill the whole wall below us. Start to close anything below December, then we're gonna buy Simpson all the way down. Then market is not gonna care about anything anymore. So that's the whole point and takeaway of it. Just let me switch this off, make it more easy on the eye. Technically, why I'm facing as well as support the previous range, what we've been, the overlapping order books, of course, those are quite heavy, and we are literally right now, I guess, in a daily wise, yeah, literally right now we are coming into the band on the daily. For the first time on the daily, we came into that band since the whole 74-ish K. So if that's two overlapping each other, then I'm taking it, and that's as well kind of the area what you want to start to long and ladder into it. Why? Using again stupid Vips. If this is your low, this is your previous high, then this is your long area, exactly into that pocket. That's magic, right? Perfect even between the December and November. You couldn't get it even better. So that's as well the area why I'm looking. Sorry. So like this. It was a little bit too perfect. Right? So that's the area what I'm looking into if there's going to be a longer possibility to go to the downside. But that's your support what we create. There's a significant support, so we're going to make use of it. It's not going to be that easy to go and go by that. So that's on the Bitcoin takeaway. Just adding to that, we are literally right now facing the previous 6 months volume that we used to have it. It's not that significant anymore, but I like to have it on the chart and the whole previous 4-hour swing range. That's what we created. Actually, I need to change that into the daily. That's going to be much more accurate. So far, the previous one, what we used to have is the daily mid, daily lows, and daily highs. What we had, lows, what we used to have, we lost that quite perfectly. Like you cannot even say that this wasn't perfect retest and this was just the dump from it, right? So that's one. Now the prediction on that one, what I said as well, like that was the area I was as well mentioning quite a lot of times. If we're gonna go lower, that's around the December, my line in the center as well. And technically we failed the February quite significant, close below. There wasn't even a sneaky close. We closed below, retest the high of it, and then we failed the completely whole move of it. So right now, this is not even anymore in the play. What we used to do, every single thing from this side, it's been tested, it's been failed on it, and we are making new lows technically. So the failure is in. If you're gonna come closer to the highs of it, then eventually the high of this point and this point matters, right? And this is the last one, but this matter right now. That's on the swing points. No, it's prediction swings. I guess that's everything on the Bitcoin. Now let's go to the most interesting part of the alts. That's gonna be hype, and there is a reason why. Okay, since the beginning of the movement of the hype from to the upside, from the 11 till 45, right? This is the on the weekly. I'm not gonna take month because there is not so much information or history on that one. But on the weekly, that's gonna be the first bearish close on the weekly. That's only if you're gonna start closing here, right? This was bearish close, but we didn't break anything. Now we start to break. Technically, not on the whole time frame perspective, just on the weekly. That's going to be the first one, but we still have shitloads thing to retest to go lower. Now daily wise, we are holding it quite significant as well. I was mentioning this, I was quite vocal about it, that we're gonna come back to those areas if we start to fail the previous structure. Why? This is the lowest structure will be formed to before we went to the all-time high. So if this is your highest high, this is your low, and this is your high, right? Makes sense? I'm not considering this as any swing, right? I hope that makes sense. So if this is our on the daily wise on the low, we need to hold that as significant as it is, the 30.6. And look at the oscillator, how quick, okay, I'm sorry, not quick, but how good it start to already cool off and turn around a little bit, right? So if you see any close above June, more on the daily wise, right? Any kind of close on this area going a little bit higher, it's gonna start to turn around. And boy, oh boy, this area is kind of a perfect area to ladder in. Either way, it's going to be from here to here, right? Still, if you're going to start breaking the structure, I don't care. We will still come back and retest the high, make lower high and fail that. That's what I'm aiming for. I'm quite heavy. I guess it's been a while I was so heavy in laddering in a position like this. But I was mentioning that yesterday, I guess, quite late as well in the Discord. First daily bullish close on hype since we broke the structure from the high. That's already quite bullish for me. Technically, I'm not that heavy on looking it on candle formations, but this is quite significant and it stands out, right? Now, daily, it starts to kind of cooling off, and we've been there, right? If we've been kind of on the same area previously, so on this area, we might see exact the same position right now. So what I'm really looking at right now is longing the shit out of it. We didn't broke anything, right? Close anything below 31.5, right? And create a wick into the 30 areas. Then we start to close, break the daily and the high time frame structure. And then you have this as your point of view. And then eventually, what I was mentioning, 50 area as highest point, we are coming quite close on that on the invalidation. So either way, we're gonna be doing this, right? And that's gonna be all-time high, fine. If not, then from this position, regain previous weekly, and we're gonna go for the week open right now, or the from tomorrow, it's gonna be the previous weekly. Then that's gonna be your positioning to go to all-time high again. And then I'm aiming for even higher than 50, 55, even maybe 54 or 56 area, right? So far, this is freaking bullish. On top of that, it's not only the weekly of the daily that gives me that idea, but as well this. Since the beginning of the move from, to the upside from 11 of 9-ish area from hype, we never close or we never grab lower than the 100x liquidity. This is the first time, right? So that means all of that liquidity been grabbed. There's not much left. Yes, 20 and 10 or maybe 5-ish. I'm not sure if that's even significant for us right now. We did the whole move, right? Right now, hype start to hold the position to go higher. Grab the leftover of the position over here, and then we're gonna decide if we're gonna go lower, or either way, we're gonna go to all-time high again. That's my takeaway on that one. That's on the daily. 4 hours, it's a little bit different. We've been kind of grinding it around. We've been once below that area, and look what where did it bring us. Not breaking the structure, we've been over here, and it brought us to the all-time high. That's why I'm facing as well, right? On chain bull diff, hidden bull diff. That's why it's positive for me as well. Yes, we have the bearish bull diff of the oscillator. That's a little bit like going against each other. I'm still facing the on chain. It's a little bit more important for me than the oscillator. So that's the liquidity. Then as well, same as Bitcoin, the daily band. First time we came into that, and literally we touched that, and that was the bullish close on the daily. So far, if you're not gonna lose the 30 area, I'm freaking bullish about it. And look at the order books. There's nothing above us. Not much to hold us above us down if you're gonna go higher on the daily wise, right? So I hope that makes a little bit more sense as well. And volume data on the daily wise, we didn't even reach the point of control yet, right? And I don't think we're gonna reach that, because that volume, if we're gonna reach that, that's gonna double on the all-time high what we're gonna do if we're gonna go that low, right? That's why there is a little bit low volume below us. Yes, we can go lower if that's necessary, if that's happened. I don't think so that's gonna happen, because then Bitcoin need to go really to 70k-ish area if hype need to push that low and go to the point of control of the yearly level. Who knows? If that happens, I'm fine. I'm still gonna ladder even more on that one, because I don't think hype it's done yet. Yeah, I guess that's all on. Oh, sorry. To add to all of that situation, if you don't believe me, believe Stu, and it's Stu with Vips then. Right? Fair enough. I mean, makes sense as well. That's why I'm aiming for. If we start holding June, perfect. We will go higher on that one. And that's why I'm aiming as well on Bitcoin, that we might have one more leg up if we start to reverse now or a little bit ish lower, right? But so far, yes, Bitcoin I will always be bullish about, but no matter what. Hype is, I guess, one of the biggest coins that I'm heavy on it and bullish as well. Yes, I will turn around to the downside on it when we start to break the structure. So far, we didn't do it. a wick into it, but we didn't do it on the daily wise, right? So that's the only coin that I'm seriously like positive heavy and like praising it to heaven, because it makes me money quite a lot. So that's on hype. Similar kind of ish is Pearl. Yes, that one broke the structure on it. I agree, but it still can do another 100% to the high to do this. And yes, I'm laddering on that one as well. Either way, my bots and manually. And look at the daily on that one as well, on the oscillator. Last time we've been there, we did 100% movement. So numbers don't lie. That's what I'm aiming for. And we'll show you on a different chart just because I've been charting over here. Yes, I took one long over here. I took that long and I used small profit on that one. It was a loss afterwards. I don't care. The first negative trade on Pearl since I started it manually. On the bot side, it's different, but manually when I'm trading it, that's the first one that it goes against me, and it's fine because I'm laddering right now over here, and we have already on 4-hour reversal on that one. So happy days. Why I'm aiming for this area right now after I had the loss of February, as been mentioned. That's why. This area. Technically, it's a little bit higher. It should be over here, but it is what it is, right? So, still positive. Same trade, same movement technically as well. This whole move, it's doing a little bit extended than hype, but it's all goes exactly the same and follows the hype area. So that's why I'm bullish on that one as well. Injective, I'm trading it, not that heavily, but I'm still trading it on leverage, and it's coming quite close to Q2. As we mentioned, we start falling down. I just really want to see how we're gonna hold this area. I'm not laddering yet into it, just because it can go a little bit lower. There is some possibility on it, and to come close to a previous support. I just really want to see how that's gonna form. If I'm gonna see anything something like this, like, and flip on the May, I might start to ladder into that and trade up. I just really want to see a little bit more strength on that one. That's something. But those are the main 4 ones. Now I'm gonna skim through the list and see how the rest of the coins did and got the hit. Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna stay on the on the 4-hour. Solana, of course, back into the previous and the lowest support, one of the lowest support what we created, so below the September, and same as Injective. I really want to see how we're gonna hold the Q2. Do you have any kind of continuation on that one, or start to flipping the levels, because there is a lot to do for that one, right? We have shit lots of resistance above us on Solana, what it's been creating. Now it need to regain. I don't want to close anything up below Q2, because then you seriously going into the $100 area. And as it fits in StubeFib, I don't want to see that. I don't know. It's gonna be painful to see Solana again on $100. I just want that it's gonna perform a little bit better and close the kind of is the bull market, if you want to call it like that, positive, and have some good results. Maybe for the last time, if ever we're gonna see it for Solana, right? So far, yeah, I just really want to regain some levels on that one. And that's gonna be on most of the coins, right? Obviously, just because like most of them got quite a hit, but there is some positivity as well in some of them. Now, one of the surprises and things that I really don't want to see is Fartcoin. Sorry, that's gonna be the Fartcoin. I'm talking now about KuCoin. Sorry. Cookie as well, same as Firecoin, but that one is a little bit lacking. If we're gonna go a little bit lower to 0.14, we might break the whole daily structure on that one on high time frame. If that happens, yeah, I mean, the highest point what you can get then is back to the previous resistance, right? So I don't know if we're gonna come back anymore to 104. Yeah, it's still possible to do this afterwards, right? If you're gonna grab all of the, I would really love to see that. But then another one, you need to do that as well and grind it higher, right? If that's happened, perfect. So far, we're gonna have the resistance above us around the 121. Why? Because that's a high we didn't even retest that area on a higher time frame. Bitcoin. But I just want mentioning, we broke the high time frame structure on that one, unfortunate. We had a retest and we went lower, so we broke that. So that's a little bit unfortunate. I really was wishing for it to go to 2.4 area. Still, maybe it's going to be possible, but there is going to be quite a lot to regain. Not even the previous high what we created, but the high before that. So all-time high, and to do that, same as Cookie, right? You will need to regain that, come back, and then do it all over again. Technically, the grind what we did over here, we need to do it again on that one. If we're not gonna see massive spikes up and like parabolic movements, right? And normal structure-wise, that should be looking like that. But so far, we broke the structure. If you still keep going lower, then Q2 is on the play, and that's gonna be a little bit shitty for it. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Keep in mind, those are all shitties, right? Render coming to the level that I really don't want to see it, but still fine. 2.7, and now it's the play of if you're gonna hold it or not. Failing that, then 1.5 is on the table. There's not much that's gonna hold us because there is a lot of retest happened already before, and now 2.7 need to hold us. Regain that, then we need to flip the Q2 to go higher, right? So we need to see to do this technically. If not, then that's the one. Crash broke the whole uptrend, the trend move what we had. So yeah, not much to say. Lows are almost in. We still holding on the wick. Let's see. Just regain of 103. It's gonna be great. Otherwise, I mean, that's done. Not much to say about it. Kato. I've been talking about that as well. For quite a long time, we've been holding the 103 positions, the M pattern over here, quite heavily, and I really thought we're gonna go higher from it, but unfortunately we broke it, and Q2 it is. So this is the pattern that I'm kind of looking for right now to form and hold the Q2 because it's a perfect support on it. So anything around April Q2, longable for that one, and that's quite potential as well in it to go and to do another leg up. Definitely to previous March, right? So 80%. Sui going into the soup pocket, so that was obvious, right? Not much to say about it. We failed all of the levels already. So stew pockets, Q2 as well. Most of the coins going to do that. And then it's just the flip of March. That's the only what you want to look for. If, oh boy, we've been talking about that. Wait, is this the chart? No, let me go to the chart we've been talking about. And we finally got the BART. Yes, we finally got the BART Simpson. Oh, unfortunate. I was really wishing for this play. But it is what it is. Market doesn't give a shit what we think, what we want. We have the BART. Now we failing March right now. We start to close and holding the 2.8, 2.08, right? And forming this kind of formation, grinding to the upside and regaining the whole move. That's what we are aiming for right now, to farm any kind of liquidity on it. If there is something left, yeah, we took all of it. Fucking hell, wait. Jesus. Yeah. Mm. Exactly. Exactly on the levels. There is not much left below us. Yeah, lower than that, but you don't want to do that. If we start to break that, that's gonna be nasty, and if we will never recover from it. But so far, we need to really hold 2.08, then grind to the side, and then spike up and have another leg up. Same what we did over here, and then regain this whole freaking structure. So far, it is gonna form as a resistance if we're not gonna do that, right? Because that's gonna hold us, like I'm having the pattern over here constantly till we're gonna spike up and regain it. But yeah, it is what it is. Unfortunate. I was wishing for Eve that's gonna be a little bit doing this pattern stepwise, and going higher. But hey, I'm sorry, guys. I tried. Now I can meme about it again. So that's on ETH. And there is one positive only. That's the former one that's holding the whole freaking structure on the daily. But okay. Kind of interesting actually to maybe jump in on that one. But no clue. This week it's nasty because we can slide lower, right? Same as here. We are doing exactly the same shit actually over here. So right now, make sure you check it. That Simpson, yeah. I was mentioning. Sorry. I was warning people about it. Yeah, I guess that's all a little bit what I want to go and look at it. Not much to so it's still in the stew pocket, so that's fine. Deep. A little bit going lower. Yearly open. We need to freaking hold that. Otherwise, we will go to Q2 and you don't want that. Because that's going to be your whole support, previous support, what you create. So far, hold of yearly, flip that, go on to March, technical wide draw over here, and then that's going to be the area to go for. ADA, yeah, I'm sorry. That's look a little bit nasty since last week. It plays quite perfect, huh? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that's a little bit all about the alts what I want to go over. If you guys have anything what you want me to look at it, this is gonna be dying. Jesus. Who fortunate? Fucking hell. There is one that I wanna look at. Pendle? Was it? Yeah, Pendle. Good. I think I was mentioning this to someone. Bearish retest of this area. Now you need you need to hold this. You do. But doesn't look like. That's on a weekly. Daily maybe. Jesus. Okay. So yeah. How's this doing? Oh fucking hell. Holding March. It's the last resort. It's what you have. Boy. Anyhow, guys, you have anything to look at or to talk about? What you think we're gonna do? By the way, mentioning our lovely orange clown. Are we gonna break that shit? I hope it's gonna fucking break that area. Going below the freaking 7. I fucking hope for him. Because then the next short, oh bro, I'm gonna put my house on it. I'm gonna short the shit out of it to the 0. Over here. This is gonna be the next stop. Motherfucker. Mm, 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 mm. Nice. Nice failure. Oopsie. Down. That's the down one. Okay. Interesting stuff. What do we do on BT? Okay. Did I? Yeah, I did switch it on. Nice. Oh, that was as well the reasoning for December. Bounce around ish. 100 X's. Interesting. How's this doing? How's my beauty doing? Oh boy. Holy fuck. This is technically it sucks because it didn't reach. I need to find it on my exchange, but I had order placed somewhere over here, I guess. One order didn't it got skipped. But to give you a perspective on it, anything, if you start closing anything above daily right now, right, or above this structure, even better, close anything above 35, come back to June, bro, that's longable with your eyes closed. That's gonna do a fucking parabolic move. That's what I can tell you. And like I said, you cannot deny this daily close. You can. You cannot fight it against it even. I'm sorry. And the 4 hour, of course, like goes on the above the daily. Bang. Bang on. Because this. How would you play this? Right? Make sense? Oh, one more thing. One more thing to finish up my yapping around. I've been mentioning that quite a lot as well. I like to find similarities in the market, right? To me, this area right now, what we are doing this is this. This is what I'm kind of seeing similarities into the behaving of it, and as well how it plays out, right? We've been doing this area, this lows quite significant over here as well. All times we broke now, right? We broke. We can do this one more time. We can still do this. Bang. Right? It's not that I see similarities to play out like I want to see something that this will play out. I just like to see how market kind of ish copy each other, or each other, like the moves, what it did, because still like we kind of doing. If not, then seriously, I was literally yesterday talking about with some people as well on the beach. We might do this over here. Right? So doing this, like technically what this this area, I'm finding this as well similar. So doing this constantly, right? Lows, 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 grinding to the downside. Find this wicket like we did over here, and do one more hooray, right? But then that's gonna be the last leg up. Could be. I don't say it's not on the table, but could be. But that's a long time play. Of range what we did over here was a half year. I don't think we're gonna have that many time already left into the market. But somehow I found it similar. But either way, I'm still on the place that this area, however you wanna play it, it will be wicked into it. The amount of liquidity and bits and stacks of shorts or whatever are over here, it's incredible, right? So that's why I don't think we're gonna leave that behind. Similar what we did over here, right? But one more leg without retest, done. Like this. And I think I was showing this to someone, I don't remember to who or when even. Oh, I can never find that shit. Um, let's say we're gonna do this, right? Oh my god, wrong one. Let's say that this leg, what we just did, is this pattern, right? So this leg is over here, what we just doing, right? Less of the grind, right? But something like this. Grab that, done. I don't know, maybe. Let's see. Could be. Everything can play out however they want, but so far, yeah, I think we will have that one more. And so far, the bids are still there. Good, even a little bit same. They didn't remove anything. What you mean, BlackRock would that not let happen? Like what? This to grab this? They will not happen? Of course they will. They don't have nothing to say about that. Please, don't even try. Like what? The big companies didn't allow this to happen? Of course it did. What does the market need? Money. Let the market crash? What do you mean crash? It's not a crash. It's a retrace. There is no such a thing as a crash. Oh, by the way. Twenty-four-hour volume on Bitcoin. Like so many times we did that, right? And those big spikes came in. Quite interesting to watch as well. Yeah. So market crashed. I would never say that market or whatever crashed. That happened only Black Swan events, right? How many times we have those ones in the past? Is this one no, that one is the right one to how many times we had it? Let's say 2 times heavily. I'm not considering this as a crash, right? Nothing extended the .com crash ever, not even COVID, right? Wait, there was another one. There we have it. There are the crashes. That's the .com. Nothing came even close to that. Right? So that's why I'm not even considering any kind of happening or whatever in the crash or as a crash right now in the market. Because nothing came even close to that one. And Black Swan event, it can be everything. Right now, the last week, what happened could be as well a Black Swan event, right? But what did we do on Bitcoin? Like perspective, look at the perspective on the whole movement, right? Let's say from 110, it just minus 11%. This a crash? No, it isn't. It isn't at all. The thing is, people start to forget that this is just a normal retracement from the resistance to the support, right? This same thing happened over here. Every single move to the downside, people was panicking, freaking out, seriously, right? 29%, 26%, 24%, right? People were freaking out over here, like literally. I seriously even remember the Discord over here, what was going on. And what did we do afterwards? 100%. And somehow they forgot about all of this, what happened. Right? Same here, like bounce back, minus 50%. Another one, 26. It's all normal as a retrace. Doing a move from the top to here, minus 60%. I could argue with you that there is some crashes going on or there is something shitty going on in the whole market. I could agree with you. Did we ever do this on Bitcoin? Did we ever broke anything on the high time frame on Bitcoin? Ever? Yes? Where? Where? Did we broke the previous low of this? No. 2016? Bro, sorry, my chart is not even going there. 2016, that's once maybe happened that before we even had all of this. Either way, since then, did we do that? Never. Bitcoin even didn't come close to here. Not even close to here. This area. Not even here. That was not even close to that area. Never. In the whole history of Bitcoin since, let's say, I don't have the chart, I'm too lazy to look that up, to get the whole history and to go like into the freaking below the 1K area, because that's not relevant right now, and not even going to be relevant, because if we start to break or close anything below 16K, that's the first lower low on 1 month monthly Bitcoin chart. So no, we didn't. And the only thing what we're doing since 2017, let's make me clear, we're doing this. Yes, with the bigger movements, retracements to the support, and what you're doing again. Technically, what you're going to do after that, you're going to come lower, right? Like, guys, you need to remember that Bitcoin never broke this low low. Never. On the higher time frame. So either way, what we are doing right now, it's just a retracement to the support down. Nothing major and nothing big. Because if you've been preparing for that, technically what everyone been yapping around about that, right? Shorts are in, down. Longs gonna be looking into it when you're gonna retrace to your support. That's it. Because the next bear market, that's the area for the next bear market. Lower than that, coming close to it, wicket, close, and off you go. Done. Easy as that. Technically, if you want to be like specific about it, there you have it. I even throw it fucking blindly. Because closing below the 16, that's the first lower low in history of Bitcoin ever. What does that mean? If you do that, I mean, obviously you broke the whole freaking structure of Bitcoin history. So what? The next one's gonna be that? Really? I don't think so. I even can bet my house on that. That's not gonna happen. And yeah, I'm cocky about that. I'm sorry. But that's the whole idea behind it. So every single thing what we're doing right now is just a retrace. It's nothing major. There's nothing too scared about it, because we still forget that we did this. That's even nothing, because we used to do this. But that's a proper retrace. Did we had that? No, not yet. Right? What did we do over here? From this high to the low, 54. People were panicking. People were shitting their pants over here. But after that, oh, look at that. Another 150%. Hooray. Then suddenly they forgot about all this shenanigans, right? Oh, and then we're going to go to the bear market crying all of the way. And now you kind of don't hear about what they did over here, right? And to be honest with you, and with all of you, like from the bottom to right now, we seriously did already 600% on the Bitcoin move. Like, don't forget that. If you didn't catch anything from here and you didn't sell anything over here, then that was the move, right? I'm sorry to break that to you. We used to do this, right? Yes, volume-wise is different, I know, but don't forget that we did a freaking great move already. So if someone forget to take a long and is looking to a long right now, then I'm sorry, but you are a little bit too late to the party. I can get you that. At least what we still can get is either way, we're going to come back to 70s. Let's say, let's keep land in the sand like around 120 is another 50% higher on Bitcoin only. I'm not even including alts or whatever. I'm sorry, right? Bitcoin only wise. That's the move what you can have to the upside from now. Either way, after that, you can look for the short to short the fucking preparation for the bear market. And that's another 70% on top of that. Right? So just a normal retracement. And the war or whatever, how you want to call it, please don't even think that that's the reason we're doing this. Because this is what just happened today or whatever. But look what we've been doing since February 23rd of May. Is any of this bullish? No. So don't like people should stop mentioning any kind of news and happening around this just because that and they think that that's what happened to Bitcoin, because it's not. We broke the structure. This was the first broke of the structure of whole this move. So normally it's a lower high retest. What happened after that? We broke again the structure, right? Technically, then you're waiting for something like this again. Done. It's the normal behavior of the market. There's nothing to it. There is not all what the news or whatever happening in the world. It's on top of that. It just give a more push to it, or yes or no. That's all, because people react to it. Not the news pushing this price action. People react to it because they've been fucking nuking the shit out of a city or whatever. So what do you think that people's gonna do? Buy more Bitcoin? No, they're gonna freaking sell Bitcoin because they need cash. Whatever. That's what they're doing. People reacting to news. That's what happened to the charts. Not the news was freaking making the chart. Because that's bullshit. Because that news, what you hear, that happened already. So how the fuck do you want to catch that? So that was a little bit my rant. Stops might be turned into the crash with the event. Clearly not happy with Russia. Yeah, of course not. I agree completely with you. That's such a the move what he did was not the smartest one ever. But hey, who are we, right? Oh, finally, I opened my balcony door and it's a little bit windy. Oh, awesome. I mean, I'm sorry, Ursin, but that's the whole takeaway on the market, but as well what's happening around the market as well on the news side, also in Twitter or whatever, and world as well happen events, right? This is all just bullshit what you hear for the market, because that's have nothing to do with it. It doesn't affect in the way that people thinks it affects, right? In either way, you can trade news only if you have inside news what's gonna be happening or what they're gonna push out to the world to know. Then you will know how they're gonna react. But otherwise, you are too late. If you listen to the news and you trade that, then you are too late, because news is lacking indicator for any kind of thing, because it's already happened. Then inform you. They don't inform you that they're gonna do something in the second they're gonna push the button in front of you. No, they inform you that they've been already doing that. So it's lacking in information, and it's always yeah bullshit what's going on right now on the in the whole fucking takeaway on the world. Because I don't see any positivity and any even like the way how they talk to each other or about or they fight about some stupidity. I'm sorry, we are killing each other. Like literally, we are killing each other for what? Give me a reason to do that in a good way. There isn't. No way. There isn't a good reason for that to happen either way. But it's happening. It's happening every single day. And it's not only the World War III, because we've been already like in World War 20 fucking 6, I guess already. because every single day there is a different country to fight with a country or whatever with politicians. So there is always a war. There's always something going on, and there's always shenanigans to anything about it. So it's bullshit. It's literally bullshit, and people dying for them. Like, we don't mean nothing for them. We are just literally tax farmers for them, money makers for them, not for us. They don't give a shit about any kind of person in the world except the ones who bring the money on the table. That's all. So enjoy paying more for freaking oil from tomorrow, whatever. So that's the positivity, I guess, but for who, right? So yeah, speaking about charts, that doesn't look that wrong at all, right? Mm, Bitty, yeah. Let's see how we're gonna hold that level. Like mentioning already over here. I'm gonna go back to that chart. Right, trying to hold that, trying to farm it to this like sideways or whatever, regain the whole move. Perfect, right? So far, daily it's the aim, and weekly open's gonna be rough, of course, but this is what it is. We still can come back higher, retrace, and test definitely February or June. Why? Because if we're gonna open a candle right now over here, coming back, retest, fail that, and we can go lower, right? Otherwise, we're gonna have a fair value gap that no one wants. Same as here. This shit, what we left behind, that we will come eventually. Same shit like this, right? And what do we do over here? Hey, that's funny. There's a fair value gap, right? What do we do now? Finally, after so many weeks, we might close that one. So that's the whole takeaway on it. Anyone want to see any tickers, coins, whatever, investment indicators? Oh, funny that you ask. Indicators. We have new indicators. By the way, good to mention those ones. TradFi and Volatility Suit. They are both new and really cool to play around with them. Yes, Lansby, I know you don't have them on your chart. You should. Did Max come back to you? If not, then you are allowed to text him again. So there are a lot of ways of playing them and trying to find a nice indicator for any kind of strategy, and to play around with them, see how they work. Maybe you can find even better strategies with them, or different kind of ways of seeing the charts, or looking at them, or preparing for any kind of movements, because they give a lot of information. They are quite deep and in depth, so they are really good to go and play around with them. They should be available to you. If not, then please go to MDX indicator section on the Discord and ask Max about it, because they should be available to everyone. So yeah, I guess that's gonna be so far everything. Listen, I don't mean badly or something. I just want to that you realize what's going on and how you should have a look on the market, because looking at news, it's nothing wrong with it, but you can trade that. It's impossible to trade that shit. I don't know anyone. Stu knows one person. I don't know anyone who does that perfectly and is profitable from it. Right. So that's the whole idea behind it, and it's weird to do it, in my opinion. I don't know. It's something that I felt uncomfortable to do as well. I don't have any confirmation, because, I mean, tell me which news is true and which news is fake news. So far, it's quite hard to put those two separate from each other, right? So yeah, to make it easier and more calm and interesting, are the charts. Structure. It's most important. Like I always mention that my way of trading is structure. Price action and structure is first what I'm looking at. That's the first one. Why? That happened. That's done. We need to regain. There are rules in the market, right? But market makers either way need to follow, otherwise it's gonna be Wild West. No one will be able even to trade then if there are no rules in the market. So what do we do now? Going by my strategy, right? The way how I'm trading, I like to say much more better. What do we do? It was your previous low. It was your previous high. This is my new low. So what happened? We broke the fucking structure. On which time frame? On the freaking daily. That's a significant one. So there is two chances. Or we're gonna go deeper down, or if any retracements come, and this is your resistance area, you go lower. Then that's you are shorting, and that's the only what you want to wait for. Done. Doesn't matter news. Like, I'm gonna give you example about news. We've been here, right? We came all the way down here. I freaking don't remember which news it was over here. But this was one of the freaking... Oh, there was Paul speaking about something. I guess. I don't remember which news. I didn't mark that. Done. Lesby, you remember you was shitting your pants when you was shorting this? You remember that. Afterwards, you didn't hear complaining him about it, right? Exactly. News-wise, this was literally coming into the news like Paul or something was speaking. Literally. Did we break anything? No. Did we went higher? No. Where do we go? We have a continuation. Done. Might be tariffs or whatever it was. I don't care. I don't give a shit because I don't remember those shit. But still, right? Done. And that's one. And then another one over here. Same thing. This was for all fucking on 4 hours looks different, but this was all volatility, right? From all that move over here, it went down, and then I don't know. Was the election or something? I don't remember what the fuck it was. What did we do? Most aggressive candle on the daily what you had, right? Close below, bearish retest, fail. Done. Oh, reserves, yeah, any kind of bullshit. I don't remember, but still, did that change the way in the market? No, it had a continuation, what it should do. We retest the whole fucking swing over here, the whole dead price action over here. Sorry, retest, and we have continuation, right? That's why whole thing. And here as well, like the same example, we aggressively we went higher, right? So technically, it was people because it was the lowest low, what we created. Technically, after that, people was aiming for to have this, but you have the aggressive move up, and you start to grind, right? Another aggressive move up, retest, holding the freaking structure. Then this is the way where it goes. Done. It's freaking easy. Brainless. You can do it even if you get a hang of it. And believe me, it will consume less stress, and you're gonna be peaceful as trader as you can imagine. Nothing's gonna like give a shit about it anymore. You're not even gonna look at the news anymore because nothing's gonna care about it. Like the only thing that I'm looking, if I hear any kind of news or for somewhere, it's like, okay, that's gonna continue my trade or not, or I'm gonna get stopped out. That's all. Yeah, not much to say about it. Like, oh yeah, funny thing, like what's happened over here? What was it over here? Was this? Fuck, I don't remember. Was this the BTC event where Trump was on it? This was as well. I remember this was an event or something happening with Trump, both ways, all the week down. Everyone got stopped out. Oh, so many shit. I think that was the BTC event. I'm not sure if that one or that one of those one was the same thing. Somewhere over here, Trump mentioned Bitcoin on BTC event, like the most popular, most watched event ever, right? He mentioned Bitcoin, and we freaking dump from it. Like, it market doesn't give a shit. People like to think that market makers gonna listen to Trump whatever he said and they're gonna do whatever he wants. No, sorry, that's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. They don't give a shit. We'll never care about that. People reacting on the news and trying to push the price action in any kind of direction. That's different. That's in retail. So yeah. 4 hour. Let's see if you're gonna start going a little bit higher. Technically, looking at lower price action. So right now, looking at 5 minutes, it was our low, right? Low, lower low, previous high, higher high. What you want to see right now, hold this swing by technically doing the freaking almighty stupid fib if you wish to, right? So we are kind of ish starting to maybe turn around, but there is some room to run. So if we go lower, this might go even lower and we might pick it up, or it can look even further. All possible. This is just 5 minutes, not much to the whole structure of the higher time frame. But if we start to continue that, that's different, of course, right? And it's quite diverges as well. Jesus, quite a lot. So yeah, simple. Keep it simple. It make your life easier. Gonna wait for Eagle that he's gonna type something, and then in the meanwhile, I'm gonna stop my recording for the YouTube fans. Thank you very much. Appreciate you. And keep in mind, next week it's gonna be a volatile week. A lot of numbers are coming in. Home sales coming in. Oh my fucking god! Seriously, testimony of Powell. Oh, fuck my life. Okay, goods orders coming in, rates even grow. Quite a lot of things are happening next week. PCI even, price index, incomes. That's a quite important one, and spendings. So whole week we have some freaking nice circles events going on, and numbers coming in. So happy freaking trading. Lovely to be a trader, right? Anyhow, keep in mind it's gonna be volatile after the move what we just did, right? Either way, we're gonna pick it up and come back to a point of control to retest that again and have maybe a failure. Still possible, but please keep in mind there is possibility to go lower. We are facing lower. There is not much to say that we might turn around. There are just a little things that add up. Maybe we will hold. First thing first, it's a Monday, first day of the week, right? New York's gonna open, so there's a lot of volatility both ways, either way, right? So keep that in mind, please. And who knows what's gonna happen as well? That's gonna provide volatility into the market. So far, the aim is to regain the daily in February and hold that. If that's not gonna happen, any bearish retest of the daily, because that's a possibility, December it is, or the wall that is a little bit below us around 181 area, right? Let me double check that. The first wall is, sorry, 978 area. So keep that in mind, right? And this is the most important one to follow. If that starts to pull, you're gonna come closer. December and below price action it is. Nothing to say about that. If we start to come close to that and they're holding it, and they start holding it, keep holding it, and price will bounce from it, then that's your support, and we're gonna bounce from it. Same what we did over here. Literally same, right? So please make sure you check that. It's free. It's freaking good to use, and I found it accurate, even better than Kaitoshi or whatever. Which one it was? I don't remember the name even of it. So yeah, keep in mind on it, play around with it. It's really, really useful. That will help you. Yeah, Kayutaka, that one, sorry. Will help you to find if you're gonna go lower or not. It's it gives you a perspective in the market how deep we can go a little bit, right? So it's not like free falling at all. So that's good to keep in mind, right? Please. And of course, it's gonna be fun to see how the long and short ratio is gonna react from tomorrow. Above everything what happened you see in the market. And on top of that, either way, of course, the CME gap. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna check if that's gonna be the biggest one. I don't think so. We used to have a little bit bigger ones. I remember what I can recall, but that's gonna be fun if we not start to retrace all the way up, and we're gonna keep here, and that's gonna be the whole freaking CME gap and fair value gap as well at the same time. So freaking nice, I guess. Anyhow, thank you very much. Appreciate it. I will see you, talk to you, or have a stream on Wednesday. If so, then keep head cool and make sure you look at the structure first and how the market is holding or behaves. That's the most important. Thank you very much. See you next time, and on the flip side. Bye.